Peace to the family. How y'all feeling today? My name is O.E. Son. Yes, Wu-Tang is for the children. We part of the Jedi. And today's topic is your ancestors ain't your hoes or your pimps. This is a video for clarity. This was a message I got earlier today. Really, I have been thinking this way a long time, but whatever was happening, I was like, yo, I need to get this out. So I'm gonna try to keep this one really, really brief. But your ancestors ain't your hoes or your pimps. I'm going to get into that a little bit real quick. Let me put that on mute. All right. Start off by taking a nice deep inhale. Please share this too. Press 2 if you share this video. Also state your name and what city and state you represent. I mean your city and state and what team zodiac you are, because I can already see your name. All right. So nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Abdul Cool Tap for the tap. Wabazong, Gamafaragum, Shilel Kalum. We are in the love of all, and all love is in us. We are a part of all, and all is a part of us. And we are one with all, and all is one with us. We can succeed as a part of all and fail as individuals. We can be all that we wish in all, as long as our wish is to stay in all. We are never alone. All is, we are. All can, we can. All does, we do. Istinje, cool. All right, let's get into it. Make the screen a little bigger so I can see. Man, the shirt is fire. Appreciate that. Time to preach about it. Absolutely. What up, Blue? Yes, long time. Team Virgo is in the building. The Detroit. Enough said already. The Detroit Psychedelic Conference was crazy, so I just want to give a big shout out to everybody who was rocking, who came to the Detroit Psychedelic Conference. Shouts out to all my psychonauts. What up, Madam Butterfly? Thank you for sharing this video. Ashley Ruth Eccles is in the building. Libra Moon, Team Taurus, thank you, Miss Ware. Team Sagittarius in Boston, Massachusetts, thank you for the share. ATL is in the building. Thank you, Yay, for sharing. Blue Water, St. Louis, Missouri. Team Cancer in St. Louis, what it do? Team Scorpio and Struggling. We'll get back in the fold in. Keen Twa, Capri Goat, Florence, South Carolina, how you feeling? And Remix the Prayer Collective, yes. My little buddy is on your shirt, absolutely. Okay, so let's get into this. I want to go straight to sharing the screen like this. So a part of what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a snippet from Life After Death, Becoming an Ancestor with Kilindi Iyi. So you can just go directly here. And you can, I suggest you take this and save it and go back and listen to it all the way through. I mean, listen to it from front to back. But I'm going to start at 13 minutes and 15 seconds, and we're just going to jump right into it, and then I'm going to come back with my piece. But I'm also going to refer to this particular movie, Astral City, A Spiritual Journey. So I'm going to play, I'm going to listen, I'm going to do Kilindi first, and then I'm going to come back and play Astral City, right? And then I know there's going to be some questions after that. Okay. What up, Tina? How you feeling? Thank you for jumping through here. Okay, y'all know each other. That's what's up. Ann Arbor, Michigan is in the building. Peace to Goddess Butterfly. Okay, let's. I want to get to this, so please pay it. First off, by show of hands, if you have an altar in your house, press 1. If you feed your ancestors or burn ancestor money, please press 2. So if you got an altar and you feed or burn ancestor money for your ancestors, you can just put in 12. So let's just check real quick on how many folks have an altar set up, and then how many people have some sort of relationship with their ancestors. Okay, and because that's where it's at. Like, you got to have an altar, then you got to have your ancestors on your altar, then burning them ancestor money, or feeding them, or burning candles for them, or some way acknowledging them. All right. So boom, we got a 1-2 in the building. Magic Medicine Woman says she got an altar. and she's honoring them. Veronica is honoring them. It's a lot of numbers up here. Y'all are going all the way in. Empress is in. She got an altar. Okay, we got an altar and ancestors. Barbados is in the building. We got an altar and honoring ancestors. 1-2s is altars and honoring ancestors. What up, Carletta? Latoya, she's in the building. Carla, your ideal situation. Feed hasn't burned ancestor money. Well, that's good. Tiffany Hall, I know you were it was good seeing you at the Detroit Psychedelic Conference. I only burn ancestor money. Okay, we got to get you an altar. Miss BJ Martin, all right. How often are you supposed to burn ancestor money? So there's not a supposed, but how often do you need money? Your ancestors need money just like you need money. So I definitely do have another video for ancestor money. Everybody's got a video now. Mine's kind of the oldest, so I guess if I put in Coach Khayr, what is that? What is ancestor money and how does it work? Just go watch. Just go peep this video right here. I will share it in the chat. It gives you all of your basics about burning ancestor money if you have not been burning ancestor money. Okay, and it's definitely good that you are learning. Should I give my granny coffee, water, a Newport, and Fig Newtons? Okay. Doing everything except the food. That's cool. All right. Okay. So a lot of y'all have relationships with your ancestors as far, or you just may not be, up on that, but this one is to help you with strengthening your strengthening your connection to your ancestors. So we're going to start out with the first 5 minutes of this Life After Death, Becoming an Ancestor with Kilindi E. Please get your notepad and your pencil out. All right. Erica said, burning ancestor money is a daily ritual for me. So what is an ancestor? We wanted to get into this right off the bat. So let's go.
One of the things Kilindi had he had just touched on ancestors maybe like a couple episodes ago, but I've just been thinking really on a plane of, he talked about we could go and get in contact with an ancestor. But did we even have any of the people who we call ancestors now? Like, how were they prepped? Like, they weren't prepped. Like, most of our ancestors was into Christianity, or they were some type of a result of the diaspora being misplaced here in America, or totally forgot who they were. And then they die, go to another realm, and it's like shock. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody's ever seen Astral City, but it's a story about a brother dying and him having to come to grips with it's not no streets of gold, and it's not necessarily like hell, and it was still hospitals over there, and he could still learn over there, and he could still like interact with the people that were still here, but he was totally not prepared. And I was like, I want to talk about, and I want to hear Kilindi's take on becoming an ancestor. Because Kilindi was like, yo, I'm just getting ready because I ain't coming back. And I was like, man, who altar is Kilindi going to end up on? I don't see him going nowhere no time soon. I look at him as an immortal. I ain't going nowhere no time soon. But when I do look at my ancestor altar and what I had to do to like get them straight, that's like a big conversation right now. Everybody's talking about ancestor altars, burning ancestor money, taking care of your ancestors. But I think most of them didn't even know like how to do, like what could they do on this side to prepare for that side, for the journey continuing. Because they thought it was over. They didn't believe in reincarnation, or they didn't think they would be back, or think like that. And then they end up in your dreams and they need you to help them and things like that. Feed your ancestors and show them respect. Why do they need food? Why they can't take care of themselves? So, and what kind of ancestor am I going to be? Am I going to be a derelict ancestor where somebody going to be pushing me around in a cart? Or am I going to be popping collars? You know what I'm saying? I want to continue to be an explorer, to continue traveling the multiverse. So that's kind of where the show came at. Fire. What do you think about that?
My major question is: do we have to wait to greet and communicate with the ancestors? Can I do that now, or do I have to wait till I leave here? You might be able to go speak with them in person now on some Black Panther heart-shaped herb and go talk to your ancestors in real time. I don't know. Maybe we find out.
That's a good point. That's a good point to make about Black Panther, because in that scene, he knew him talking to his ancestors was a part of his preparation for being in his daddy's shoes.
Mm.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, talk to his father, he knew when he died, that's where he would be. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get into, without further ado, y'all get up on your feet and put your hands together for Baba Kilindi, ITU.
Listen closely. Listen closely now, because he's not going to waste any time. He's going to jump immediately into the subject. Pay attention right here.
Greetings, Baba. Thanks for joining us tonight for episode 10. Thanks a lot. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How's everybody doing out there? I hope everyone is doing well and moving forward. Well,
Yes.
dealing with the subject this evening, ancestors and what that means and how we commune with them and things like that, and we'll get into that to actually let folks know what the knowledge base is. First and foremost, anytime you talk about the ancestors, everyone that is dead is not an ancestor. That's number one.
Did we hear that? Everyone that is dead is not an ancestor. Press 1 if you heard what he said. He's going to explain, but press 1 if you heard clearly what he said. Everyone that is dead is not an ancestor. If you heard that, please press 1. Just please press 1 if you heard that. Okay? Everyone is dead is not an ancestor. Let's get that off the gate. All right? Now, let's continue.
If you were not a righteous person, a person who served the community, a person who was good to their family, a person who was, just a worthless nothing here, you're not elevated to the level of ancestor. And to keep the ancestors in this particular time construct, you have to mention the ancestor's name, and you give them drink and at certain times food, and you mention their names. That doesn't mean that they cease to exist, like the old gods, different levels of gods. If you didn't mention the god's name, they would eventually disappear. And basically it's the same thing here. If you don't feed them, talk to them, bring their name up, you release them into the full plenum of the next area. And then also the ancestors live within you. They are part of your DNA, part of your cellular structure, part of your spirit. So you're always in contact with them. Number one, because you're dealing with, brother was talking about quantum computers, you're talking about quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement is that subatomic particles that have been in congruence with one another, no matter what the distance, no matter where, they're always in contact with one another. So you came from your mother and father, you came from your grandparents, great-grandparents, all the way back. So each one who led on that DNA, you're in contact with. You're in what they call interaction.
Okay, that's I'm gonna pause right there. And then I want to play this clip from Astral City.
Acorda!
Olá, André. Como está? Que lugar é esse? Quem são vocês? O que aconteceu aqui comigo? Todas as suas perguntas vão ser respondidas no tempo devido. Isso, eu preciso de explicações. A vida na Terra é uma cópia daqui, André. Mas tudo aqui tem um porquê e um sentido, como você vai ver. Como posso mandar uma mensagem para a minha família? Preciso vê-los.
Como ele era, Clarice? Ele era um homem bom, não tinha muito tempo pra gente.
Amados irmãos, uma grande guerra de alcance mundial começa. Milhões de almas lutarão em breve.
Eu não vou esperar anos e anos para retornar. Vamos embora.
Perdoe, há corações orando por você.
Que isso?
André, o mundo precisa de histórias felizes.
Um dia você vai entender. É sempre tempo de recomeçar. Alguma vez você imaginou vida depois da vida?
All right. Now let's get all the way into this. Where could you find that? You can find it on Amazon. You type in Astral City. All right. Y'all got comments, questions, feedback? Right. So look at the question that they asked. Have you ever considered life after life? How many people are unprepared for life after life? Like not life after death, but what about life after this life? Then what will you be doing? Because people think like death is only just a quick transition. It's like my hands. But life is like really, really, really long. There's a quick transition, and then you moving into it after life, right? So it's not life after death. It's what about life after life? There's no such thing as death. Okay, so voila, now we have that. Now, somebody had asked a question earlier about how do you build your altar, and I just wanted to get right into Amina. What it do? Where was this? Still learning, having all the thanks for sharing. You welcome. Somebody was asking. Oh, here we go. How do you set up an altar and do you do libations daily? If so, if doing it in your home, where do you pour your offerings? Okay, so I highly, 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 highly recommend this particular book right here. Okay, highly recommend this particular book right here. Take this off for a second. You can get it as an ebook, which is what I have, and this is the ebook version. This is like one of my go-tos. Just like all the questions that you have about setting up your altar, finding your spiritual parents. Man, this is just an amazing joint. Like where to place your altar. The wind is blowing outside. I gotta hurry up and get this out the way. You know, this is like all the details you need are in this particular book. Okay, so I would shoot over to Tybro, just type in how to find your spiritual parents and building your spiritual altar book. They got the ebook, or you can get the hard copy. They have a lot of 50% off sales too, so you can either get it for $100 or you can get it for the $99. Now, to my point about your ancestors ain't your hoes and they ain't your pimps. So the first part is we already recognize that everybody's not your ancestor just because they died. What kind of person were they here determines of how they're going to be exonerated there. Number two, if there's an exonerated ancestor, I'm going to use Kilindi Iyi. He's an ancestor. But I don't just get to be like, yo, Kilindi, come over here and do this. Kilindi, go do this. Kilindi, go do that. He's not a do boy. He's not my hoe. My grandma is not my hoe. A lot of y'all think you can just call on your ancestor and they're just going to do whatever because, oh, you're related to me. You're wrong. You're wrong as rain. Some of your ancestors don't even know you, and they will torture you just to get some food. Make sense? Next, they're not your pimp either. Oh, my ancestor told me I must do this. My ancestor told me I must do this. My ancestor told me I must do this. Now you done became a hoe. You done became an ancestral hoe. So stop being an ancestral pimp and quit trying to be an ancestor hoe where you don't want to be accountable for your own actions. So then what would your ancestors be in the proper sense? They would be your teammates. They'll be your board. They'll be a part of your team. Like there's a coach up in the booth, but he don't put no helmet on to go out there on the field and play. But he tells me and calls plays for me. But I can do an audible if I'm the receiver or I'm the quarterback. I can call a different play because I'm down here in the situation. But the coach and the strength coach and the endurance coach and the stretching coach is making sure I'm ready for the entire game. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much sense does this make right now? Let's just pause right here with what I've just said. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much sense does this make? 10 if you really understand what I'm talking about, and 1 if you're just like, I'm totally lost. So let me check in. While I'm doing that, yeah. Some of y'all seem to be a little surprised. I see some wows up here. She gave me an amazing, but Sweet Fire said exactly. Sweet Fire said we eternal, sort of. You can kill yourself. You know what I'm saying if you want. Peace to Amina, Institute of Tantra, absolutely the Tantra Festival. Veronica says I have that book. I love it. Oh, absolutely. How do you and where do you dispose of your offerings of ancestor money? I take it out back and just dump the ashes on the trees, around the trees, or you can put the ashes in the backyard somewhere. If your ancestors were low vibrations, you can venerate them. Why? If they were low vibrating and they need my help, then I will, but they're not going on my altar right away. That's that. And remember, what are you venerating them for? Like if I need, like they got to work, they have work to do themselves. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all on me. They had a whole lifetime. It's like I got a whole lifetime to see if I can be an honorable person where I deserve to be on somebody's altar. Will this live be up because I'm driving now? This is some good information. Yes, it will be. Okay. So I got a 10 makes perfect sense. I got a lot of 10s. Somebody said 5. Ms. Haney, would you like to just like what is it that's not making sense to you? Veronica, if you'd like to say what's not making sense to you. Sweet Fire says she gets 100. You cannot order the book on Amazon. The book is not on Amazon. Is it at tybro.com? Okay. The book is not on Amazon. It's at this website, Tybro. You have to go to Tybro. Then you can come over here and you can just type in parents and it will be right there. Then you get to choose, do you want the ebook? You want the ebook or do you want the regular one? Okay. Yeah, and if, like I said, if you got a 5 and you're like, I don't understand, so please put in what is it. So what is it that that's you're not really keeping up with? Yeah, anything below an 8, what is it you keep? Live one more. You say you got a 4, you don't get it, and it might just be because you're new. What are the numbers being posted on a scale of how how much do you understand what I'm saying? How much are you keeping up, and does this make sense to you? That's what the numbers mean. All right, I got mostly 10s up here. S. Ali Myers put me up on that. That's what's up. Well, S. Ali Myers, that's my man. Absolutely. All his videos, Chris Enlighten, mine, Mitchell Gibson's, people talking about, that's really, I'm gonna just hold it right there because I don't watch a lot of other people's stuff, but between S. Ali Myers, Chris the Enlighten, myself, and Dr. Mitchell Gibson, you're gonna be good to go. If there's others out there that you rock with, then that's cool. But it's been too long of us thinking that our ancestors are our hoes. Okay, they're not our hoes to just be doing our whole work, and they're not our pimps where they're just telling us what to do all the time either. Somebody said exactly they have work to do. I'm gonna put all my ancestors together. I totally agree, but the veneration works if you work it. Absolutely. Let me hop on via YouTube. Anything you'd like to do? Ty Bro, the Afterlife webinar is a banger. What? The Afterlife joint is a banger. Ooh, boy. Thank you for that, Tyrese. You can still go over here to in the Afterlife. Good gracious. Listen. This class right here from 2017, this is a banger about what happens after you die. Yeah, there was one called After in 2000. Yeah, most people do not have a place to live in the afterlife. Food is difficult to come by. There's a debt known as the tribulus. It is the accumulated energy of the money that you could have used to help others in the physical world. All of us have to address the tribulus in the next world. Your subconscious thoughts and ideals. I'm gonna just put this over here in the chat for everybody, because you gotta do your own research. But yeah, this is a banger. Yeah, just go over here and type in After on Tybro. Thank you, Tyrese. Excellent alley-oop. You're new. That's good. That's good. That's good. Well, we're breaking them off today then. Thank you so much. Veneration of correct ancestors could have been close to relative but low vibration. Why they are not considered ancestors. Roger that. Roger that. We already put that in there. I posted a pic of some ancestor money yesterday and somebody called it superstition. I unfriended them. Or you could have taught them, but you can't ignore them. I don't blame you. I burn ancestor money. Can you speak on that further? No, you're just gonna have to just go over to this video. I got a whole video on what is ancestor money and how does it work. Just go over to this video right here, because all I came on here to talk about was your ancestors ain't your hoes. Stop treating your ancestors like they your hoes, or any of the gods like they your do-boys. Even if I'm crying and complaining, I'm in love with it, agreeing because I created it. Gotcha. Raymond L. Damn, it makes sense about when you have certain dreams of ancestors if you don't have a place to live or food to eat. So that's really all I want to bring to y'all today. Keeping this bad boy short. Where we at? 28 minutes, less than 30 minutes. I love it. On a scale of 1 to 10, how was the whole thing? I really hope all of y'all got here at the very beginning. If you didn't, that's why I'm keeping it so short, because you must go back and listen to this piece from Kilindi, Life After Death, Becoming an Ancestor, taking it back to about 13 minutes. 13 minutes and 10 seconds. Let me see, I'm gonna just hit it one more time.
Live right now, and especially if I sent you an invite, take that, the same thing I sent you, copy it, and then send it to 3 or 4 people with the people that were still. He know like how, so
to greet and communicate with them.
Like
what that means and how we. I'm doing well. How's everybody doing out there?
1645.
Doing well and moving forward. Well,
yeah,
dealing with the subject this evening, ancestors and what that means and how we commune with them and things like that, and we'll get into that to actually let folks know what the knowledge base is. First and foremost, anytime you talk about the ancestors, everyone that is dead is not an ancestor. That's number one.
Bam, bam. That's what we starting at. First off, everybody who's dead is not an ancestor. Somebody asked me about getting ancestor money. I don't sell it anymore, but I do rock with this particular site, Josh Paper. Absolutely. If you an ancestor on my altar, I'm gonna make sure you G'd up. And yes, there's ancestor money. Like, it's got to have the Jade Emperor on it. Okay, the Jade Emperor runs all money, so don't get caught up in being like, I can make my own. They're like, I really don't want to get into that part about making your own or just putting anybody's face on it and stuff like that. It's got to be, just stick with the Jade Emperor. Just stick with the Jade Emperor, you'll be fine. Your ancestors will too. How do we make sure that they are getting the faults of the ancestor money? Oh, the faults. Oh, you put write their name on it in red ink. Write their name on it in red ink, and it'll go straight to them. If you don't, then it will go to all of the ancestors. But joshpaper.2cart, that's where I get my big bills from. You can go to Chinese grocery stores too, and they'll have it as well. Somebody said this book is worth the price with the way things are going now. Just subscribe. They have sales frequently. Absolutely. So what about people who died that don't get to become ancestors? You have to go listen to, right. Go watch Ancestral City. They're going to have to come back and start over at a lower position. They're going to have to come back and start over at the same position. I don't know about going backwards, but they won't start over at a higher position, because reincarnation is real. All of you are coming back. So like, if you're watching people like, if you're looking at me, you talking about I ain't coming back, saying you're not coming back is not enough. You have to put in some hellified work to not come back. Okay. So if you're watching me, 9 times out of 10, you'll be back. Okay. When I stop making videos, it's going to be because I ain't really got to come back. But right now I'm working on mine, so I can at least, when I come back, it be at a higher level. I like better parents. I like different parents. I like a better experience from an earlier age until waiting until, after 30 and 40s and stuff to get it popping. I like to get it popping a little earlier. I like to see a world in a different condition and space. You know what I'm saying? I would love to participate in a Black Wall Street. So, yeah. But also don't sign up for that class about what happens to these people who didn't get to become ancestors. Like, sometimes they can be in a really bad place working things off. Somebody said, should you be at your altar every day? I would, as often as possible. I'd be at my altars. Yes, as often as possible, especially meditating. Take care of you first. Take care of you first with your meditations. Drinking water, exercising, doing your yoga, doing your Tai Chi, doing your Qigong, increasing your spiritual power. What's the best thing you can do for your ancestors? Increase your own spiritual power. So look, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much. I got to get off of here. Somebody's getting ready to come and peek some things for the crib. Anapakor, get you like your men culture. Tia Tezaraka, Bell Renard, I'm Chasag Vanuta, Harlan Nara. Now I get bored of Shea Yakadek, Kababa Shaman, Barkum Tyron, Raka Made, Tazika Taker, to meet Gamma. Seen Kadosh, Badaru Tufka, and a hell lot of taker. The keep Gahel, I'm Chapanez, or Craig, Katushka Taker, Shavatanuka Bel Ushma, Dazakatanu, your Dea Talamo, Bruruk Shem, Kavo Makuto, Alam Baed. Ebony says, I keep my ancestors strapped, never lacking, never slacking. Yeah. What do you mean? So green ink isn't good? No, red ink is the best. That's it. Can we burn some for ourselves so we can get it when we go to the other side? Absolutely, yes. Great question. Burn ancestor money for yourself too. Put your name on some ancestor money. They sold on Amazon 96 for 11, 80 for 10. Yeah, you can get ancestor money from a whole lot of places. eBay was where I started at. I really know my ancestors, but the one I do know were in church heavily. How were they as people though? I feel sorry for anybody that has ancestors that was a piece of, I pray that they break the general curse in your bloodline. Right. Work on breaking the curse. Yes, and we put money in our ancestors' pocket daily. All right, I see y'all. Okay. Surely somebody is treating ancestors as hoes. Absolutely. No, somebody is treating ancestors as hoes. thinking that you can just call them, they just do what you say just because, well, my ancestors, like you're deserving. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little too much. I was doing some research on altars and ancestors. It's true you should only have your ancestors from your bloodline on your altar. No, that's not true. No, that's not true. Not on my altar is who was a good person. It's not just whose bloodline. I don't do that. I don't do that. I got some bloodline people that didn't make my altar, but I got some people who treated me like amazing, fed me mentally, emotionally, financially, took care of me in all type of ways. Kilindi is not my blood. Kilindi is not my blood, and he on my altar. Senyata's not my blood. He on my altar. Any of your teachers, you shouldn't even take a teacher who don't deserve to be on your altar. You shouldn't. Yeah, you should not. You should not even mess with a teacher that can't end up being on your altar. I would. What else we got? If you have a Chinatown in your city or a 99 Ranch Market, ask for Josh Paper. They'll guide you. Or you can say money you burn for dead people. Because the Chinese be tripping. I just had a dragonfly around my ancestor altar. Good stuff. Is it possible to connect with Ampu to help with our ancestors? For what? I mean, you can go directly to your ancestors. But like I said, it depends. Listen to this from the beginning. What kind of people were your ancestors? All right. I'm so new to this, but I'm glad I connected. Hey, I'm glad you up in here too. Boom, I'm straight. Jim, thanks always. Ready for the replay between YouTube and Blog Talk. I'm getting a lot of necessary. Thank you, OU, for continuing. It's an honor to learn from you and Bobby Kilindi. It's an honor for me to spread it. He teaching good today. Doing my best. The coach say Ancestral City. Boom, boom, boom. Astro City. Astro City. Get this fast as possible. Astro City, not Ancestral City. Astro City. Yep. Do you have your blood relatives and deities on your altar? Do you have them do you separate them? Mine on the same altar. That's why you get the book. It's in the book. It's in the book. It's in the book on where to place your deities and where to place your ancestors, right? on the same altar. Yep. Put that back over there. I have a Yemaya and my sister. Get the book, Cheryl. I'm learning from my ancestors, but I burn ancestor money every night for the few I do know, and I say the ones I don't know that are high vibration and love me. There you go. What up, cuz? Nah, I got to get up out of here. I got some business to take care of. I love y'all like cook food, man. That's my cuz Levance in the building. It's 10 billion, really 10 billion when burning to ancestors. No, your ancestors only get 10% of the bill that you send. So the larger denominations is better. So if you only send them a $10,000 bill, they're only getting 10% of 10,000 is $1,000. And like a Snickers bar is like $35. A pizza is like $70. You see what I'm saying? So money over there is like it's like at a different rate than it is over here. So so if he's sending 10 billion, then they will get 10% of that will be 1 billion. So so just send billions of dollars. So you can send cars and gold and all that stuff too. I seen that in Guyana Pass on it, but I will peep it now. Probably a message I need to hear. Maybe. Can you put links in the description box for the videos? I already have. When you go back, it's already in the description box. Are you on Jasmine's channel? Which channel are you on? I can just broadcast the Jasmine's channel, but I can't do it. So you just have to just type it in. It's not that hard. You just pause the video and just type it in. A lot of scavengers, they call themselves. I ain't even getting into that. How was the gold like the gold bars? Like over here. Where's my search engine at? Is there a search on here? Hell notes, Josh Paper Sticks. What about combos? Yeah, you know, Josh Paper gold bars. Or if you go to eBay, Josh gold bars. Oops. These right here. These are gold bars. This is how you give the gold bars. All of these are gold bars. This is the answer. You fold these into gold and silver bars. Good question. Yeah, I've been burning billions. That's right. They only get 10%. Righteousness prevails, I guess. Thank you for clearing that up. You're welcome. Okay, so I purchased some money. There's like hours that's used in movies. Is that okay to use for ancestor money? The Jade Emperor. Go do your who is the Jade Emperor? Is the Jade Emperor on the money? You see this money? Boom, that's the Jade Emperor. Right. You see this? I'm not buying this. I'm not buying no money with Malcolm X on it. Malcolm X didn't have no money. Okay? So I'm not buying that. See that? That's the Jade Emperor. That's the Jade Emperor. Go do your research on who the Jade Emperor is. Why do you think they printing so much of this money? You think they printing so much of this money just for no reason? No. You can burn real money too, but that's another story. I ain't gonna really get into that right now. Don't. I wouldn't burn more than $20 a month if you're gonna burn real money. I got the video late. What's the name of the book? You gotta go back and watch your ancestors. The name of the book is How to Find Your Spiritual Parents and Building Your Spiritual Altar. And the website is tybro.com. That's the name of the book. It's on page 2 of the Josh Paper site, under page. There you go. Please grant StreamYard. Oh no. Astral City, got it. I just got in the chat. Sorry, I really didn't. It's all good. You can go back and watch the replay. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later, family. Love y'all. Peace.